Welcome, everybody, and thank you so much for coming. And now we're going to go, so we've got a full program, so we're going to go straight into this time where we can get quiet and send out gratitude. Let's take some slow, deep breaths. We breathe in, we hold the breath, we breathe out, and we hold the breath. We can couple our breaths with a statement said with our inner voice. I am in-breathing the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am absorbing the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am expanding the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am projecting the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am in-breathing the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am absorbing the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am expanding the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am projecting the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am in-breathing the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am absorbing the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am expanding the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. I am projecting the feeling of gratitude from the Ascended Master Realm. Feel and see those rays of gratitude going out, blanketing our entire planet with a feeling of love and gratitude. Every part of life receiving this wonderful feeling from the heavenly realms of love and gratitude. And now we listen and feel for our heartbeat. We put the awareness of this in the center of our chest. We bless, we love, and we thank that gift of life, our heartbeat. And as we see and feel that heartbeat, bringing that pulse of light through that silvery cord from our mighty iron presence, through the top of our head, through our pineal gland, and anchoring in that blazing threefold flame in our hearts. With every heartbeat, the threefold flame becomes brighter and brighter and ever expanding. So let's visualize and see our physical body sitting in that beautiful, dazzling golden flame of wisdom and illumination. We can see it much bigger than our physical bodies, before us and above us, saturating every cell of our four lower bodies. To the left of us, we see that dazzling sapphire blue flame, which brings the feeling of a desire to do the will of God, the feeling of protection and faith, and the feeling of the power of our mighty I Am Presence. We see the beautiful pink flame to the right side of us, just behind our right shoulder, bringing us that glorious gift of pure, divine, unconditional love. We see and feel our bodies, our physical bodies, and our three finer bodies enveloped in this dazzling light. Now we see that flame within our hearts expanding and forming a beautiful sun in the center of our chests. We make the sun every bit as bright and dazzling as the noonday sun. And now we connect with our own beloved golden being in our heart, our Holy Christ selves, within the golden flame. And we see it expanding. We see that threefold flame in our hearts, expanding and meeting the larger flames created through our visualization. We see our Christ selves, these beloved golden beings within our hearts, expanding and taking complete command of our physical body, our souls, which is our etheric body, our mental and emotional bodies. Just feel and see these bodies blazing light. The great surrender to the Christ self within us. Now we fill our feelings with a feeling of gratitude. Gratitude for our many, many blessings that we receive on our daily journeys. Gratitude for our many, many lives on this sweet earth. Gratitude for our families and friends. Gratitude for our supply and our homes. Gratitude for our health and our happiness. Gratitude to all the beloved elemental kingdom, the great directors of the beloved elemental kingdom, and each precious earth elemental, water elemental, air elemental, and fire elemental, for their ceaseless service to each one of us and to all mankind over eons and eons of time, with very little love and gratitude in return. We just bless and thank them deeply from our hearts. Gratitude to our body elementals. Gratitude to the great and beloved angelic kingdom. Our great beloved friend and protector, Archangel Michael, and our own beloved guardian angels, and all the legions of angels serving each one of us and all humanity and all life on our beloved earth. We thank you. Gratitude to the great ascended hosts. Gratitude for these marvelous teachings, as we know, giving us the freedom, the knowledge to make our ascension at the close of this embodiment. And just gratitude to all life, especially that life never loved or thanked. Gratitude for our golden age now dawning, the mighty victory of the light for this beloved planet after her long, long journey. And so be it, beloved I am. Oh, lovely. Corolla, do you have a screen? Are you open? Are you willing to read the opening invocation for us? Corolla. Okay. Trish, beloved Trish, can you read it for us?
I can. Thank you, Anthea.
Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. Before reading the words of a master, we say together with our mics muted, as suggested by beloved Lord Kuthumi. Beloved presence of God, I am. It is thy life and intelligence that enables me to read and comprehend and absorb that which is required of me. For life, I am so grateful. Beloved Master Kuthumi, I ask for your feeling and your capacity to use this instruction for God's glory and mankind's comfort. We thank you. And now, great I am presence, take me within thyself. There instruct me and cause me to retain the full memory of these inner instructions. Thank you. From beloved Saint Germain.
Marvelous. Thank you so much, beloved Trish. All right, so for the topics we've read, Gary read for us so beautifully, and just more wonderful instruction from beloved Saint Germain from that Ascended Master Instruction book, particularly also Dominion Over the Body, which seems to have been the focus for the last few weeks. It's quite interesting. And in the video, we get to listen to beloved Neptune speaking on the beloved water element. I know we have listened to it, but I think it was a few years ago. I just thought it would be just lovely. God bless them forever, these great directors of the elemental kingdom. And then the reading, we're moving on now because we finished Claire. We're on to beloved Vista, and also about the cosmic highways, which we did read about last week. But particularly, it's also around the time of Christmas. So even though it's not Christmas time, this is what's coming forward. So it's just interesting that those cosmic highways are opened. But as we know, to the great beings that don't get sucked into the lesser sort of currents, they're constantly going down these highways. And then we've got from beloved Elmora speaking on the balance now coming from the feminine ray in the Western Hemisphere. It's lovely. And friendship with the gods, we've got mighty Alpha from this great central sun issuing a cosmic fiat. And I know we've listened to that before as well, but that was also many years ago. And it was just, I felt very emotional when I was reading it. I think these divine beings, they're so in tune with what we're sharing. It's just extraordinary. And then beloved John will take us through our decrees, which we know is such an important time and opportunity that we have. So we're going to listen to Saint Germain now.
Week 302, Ascended Master Instructions, Volume 4, Discourse 23. In contemplating the use of the true vision, let each one demand of his or her inner self unwavering conviction in its use. For when the vision has placed the picture desired within the great silence, it is positively certain to be propelled forth into the visible form the moment it has registered there with sufficient clarity or clearness. Do not have any consideration except to know that the picture is placed within the great silence, firm and clear, and you will not need to be concerned when it will manifest, because the law of the great silence is to propel it forward into visible form the moment it is registered. As a rule, the student endeavoring to place the visioned picture within immediately begins wondering if it really got there. This questioning prevents the clearness of the picture striking the inner plate or great silence. When the picture is made, the only office to the outer is to know positively that it is registered in its full and perfect clearness, and then rest in that. The wish has gone forth. Know that it is gone forth, and brings it into visible action. The disappearance of animals from earth. One of the most amazing things, perhaps, in all manifestation is the tremendous power that the love of an individual has to lift the consciousness of an animal, as in so beautifully illustrated in Unveiled Mysteries. It is a beautiful illustration of how the intense love of mankind for animals will soon remove all animals from the outer expression. Metempsychosis, often described as the migration of the soul. There was a time in the progress of humanity when the conscious division of the constructive and destructive use of the inner power and energy began. Through the power of black magic or misuse of the one energy, sometimes a soul was driven from its body by another, and the body of an animal was built up, and the soul was compelled to use it. It was from this condition that the legend of the transmigration of souls came. There has only been one period through the centuries at which this occurred. The ascended host consumed and dispelled this activity forever, but the memory, which has never been erased in the etheric record, still lingers. And now and then, an individual having contacted this record keeps alive the idea that should long ago have been forgotten. Dominion over the body. People can, if they will only realize it, talk to the organs and parts of the physical body just like they would to a child from whom they wished obedience. They can say, "Now you get into perfect normal activity and see that you maintain it." During the time that the life is maintained within the form, there are innumerable little workers whose duty it is to rebuild the atomic structure of the form and maintain it in perfect order. Again, one can say to that part of life activity, see that my body is supple, perfect in form, and beautiful, that my hair, eyes, and every part of me glows with the light of the inner activity. The fact and eternal truth is that the consciousness is absolute master of every activity of the body and can mold it into perfect activity and form. The only reason those who know this do not get their manifestations is because they do not stay on the job. If a disobedient child were destroying something beautiful and valuable in your home, you would certainly put a stop to it. The time has come for you to do permanent work on your bodies. The work of repairing and perfecting the body is done through the electron. Say to the intelligent workers in your entire body, get to work and see that every particle of this structure is replaced with God's perfection. Do this especially at night before going to sleep. Realize that you are setting to work these intelligent beings who obey you. The consciousness must be impressed upon the workers that the perfection is permanent. The electron is a focus of perfect energy from which the workers draw their perfection. Instead of knowing that everything we place within the body is God's pure substance, most of us have the idea that some of God's substance may be harmful. The idea that any of God's substance is naturally harmful and inharmonious to man is absolute nonsense. Now, to meat eaters. The reason that flesh food does not belong in the human body is because there is a certain animal quality in the natural structure of the flesh, and this automatically acts from its own trained environment of activity.
There we have it, full of lots of important information for us. It's good to go through it again, I believe. And now we're going to listen to Beloved Neptune. This is a dictation from beloved Lord Neptune from Friendship with the Gods. And Lord Neptune is co-creator and governor of the water element with his divine complement, beloved Lunara. She is director of the civilization within the Moon's center. Beloved Lord Neptune says, beloved friends, your attention upon the element under my God control has drawn me into your midst. I am Neptune, often referred to as the father of the waters. Looking upon this section of the vast body of water known as the Atlantic Ocean, he was speaking from Long Island, New York, you see a small segment of the activities of the Undines who, in obedience, respond to their directors in the pulsating rhythm of the tides, whose magnetic pull breathes in and out in regulated pattern. Sometimes one views the magnificent floor of the ocean in what could be described as a tranquil state, for most assuredly there can be tranquility in power and might. One must not confuse tranquility with inertia, however. In the case of the activities of a body of water of the magnitude of an ocean, tremendous factors must be considered to realize some of the scope of its service. On the floor of the ocean grow many flora which have wonderful health-giving properties, one of which is known as kelp. We recognize its iodine content for treatment of certain deficiencies in the normal functioning of the bodies of man and so-called beast. The salt content in the waters of the ocean contributes to its buoyancy and sustains some of the life which exists in the kingdom abiding in the mighty waters. Man could not exist without water, for that element is necessary for the sustenance of his life, internally and externally. You are also cognizant of the fact that the emotional vehicle, which comprises 80% of the lower garments, is made up of the water element. In recent years, there has been much discussion and great effort expended in the process of desalination of the water of the ocean, so that it would be fit for human consumption, and the resultant fresh water would not interfere with the chemical action of the body. True, the vehicles of mankind cannot take an excessive saline content, but it is necessary to sustain the life within the glorious bosom of the oceans. You have a wonderful example of the buoyancy of salt water and the remedial qualities as it invigorates the physical body of those who swim or bathe in its exhilarating powers. When you reach that stage in your evolution where you know the oneness of consciousness of all life, everywhere, you will further realize that all those who serve with me have to constantly engage in the activity of stabilization. And when the waters making up the seas roar in a mighty tempest, unless you have purified your emotional vehicle of all the generating centers which have caused disturbance, known or unknown, for which you are responsible, you are a contributing factor to the turbulence manifesting. Remember, every time you have stirred another's emotions, you are responsible for the uncontrolled energy which is set up in that one's world. And as surely as the tides flow in rhythmic manner, will every part of the discord which is of your own making, which you generated to them, return to you for transmutation. And when this occurs, if you are not harmonious and in God control of your energy, and alert and able to transmute the inharmonious energy through the sacred fire, the imperfection which you sent forth and all the momentum which it has gathered in its travels will present itself at your doorstep. For you who have the conscious knowledge of how to use the divine alchemy of purification have the responsibility of freeing imprisoned life from encasement in discord. You can see how an unkind word or deed can become a very serious offense against the spiritual law. Far, far greater is the offense of malicious thoughts which an individual entertains against another part of life. And woe to the man or woman who engages in this practice, for the returning energy will reap a bitter crop which must be transmuted by the sender. Another factor when thinking of the water element, you know that individuals react to climatic conditions, how some are depressed on rainy days or complain about the rise and fall of the temperature. If the individual had God control of the emotional vehicle, he then would happily realize that nature, through the elemental kingdom, was providing the body of Virgo, the earth element, with the substance required at a specific time for the enrichment and sustenance of the evolution of this earth. When there are excesses expressing in the outpicturing weather, do you not realize that you and the rest of mankind are again responsible in part for the reaction of the gnomes, undines, sylphs, or salamanders? Man has imposed the discordant radiation upon them, and they are reacting accordingly. Had the originator of this mischief transmuted it, or any individual along the receiving line done so, this discordant energy could have been changed through the divine alchemy of the sacred fire into an harmonious vibration. If you wish to mentally have a brief view of what is taking place in your emotional vehicle, think of the pictures you have seen of deep-sea activities with all the glorious fauna and flora, and when a creature abiding therein is expressing a destructive nature, you have a parallel of the activities taking place in your emotional world. When it is harmonious, it is a joy to behold and adds to the radiation of beauty of the universe. But when the pulsating causes and cores of discord are allowed to dwell in a Chila's world, it is a grievance of great magnitude. My beloved divine complement, the beautiful Lady Lunara, the spirit abiding within the moon, holds the water element within our balancing power of cohesion and expansion, and it is our great and responsible desire to assist you as well as all the evolutions on this planet as you journey homeward.
Ah, there we have it. They're just so, I love those ones from the directors of the Elemental Kingdom. It's so lovely. Right now we're going to listen to Terry reading, and it's from Mighty Vista.
November 21st, 1954. I am Vista, known to you for many years as Cyclopeia, the all-seeing eye of the eternal God. I have come this day from the great central sun, the sun behind the sun, as it is sometimes called, as a cosmic messenger, rendering the great service which is performed each Christmas season, when the highways between the galaxies are opened and the great golden doors which separate the solar systems are swung ajar.
Then great beings who are naturally held by the cohesion of divine love within the orbits of certain planets are now given freedom to travel between planets and systems, thus enjoying the glory of cosmic friendship in universal service. At the opening of the Feast of Shambhala each year, at the celebration of the Christ Mass, the solar systems open the cosmic highways. May I explain to you just a little of what this means in relation to your own rather limited knowledge of science? The gravity pole of Earth, which holds the physical forms of your evolutions upon the planet during the course of embodiment, also through magnetic attraction, holds those unascended life streams who particularly belong to Earth's evolutions, even though not in embodiment at this time. These latter abide in the atmosphere of your Earth at different levels of consciousness. These levels are sometimes referred to as the inner realms. Similarly, there is a like power of cohesion which holds within the compass of each solar system those intelligences, even God-free, who are rendering service to the evolutionary scheme. The cosmic currents which surge like great tides through the galaxies, so far beyond the comprehension of your finite minds, are very powerful, so much so that even intelligences of great light might be swept out into a different course from which they began, were they to proceed against the cohesive power which is the governing order of the galaxy, the solar system, or the planetary scheme. So, at the time of the Christ Mass, there is a great cosmic dispensation granted, and the King's highway, we might say, is opened from the central sun to every sun beneath it in this galaxy, as well as to their planets. Certain magnetic currents are then established through those highways, so that those intelligences who wish to travel may do so in safety and not be swept into other cosmic tides. As these intelligences are thus enabled to visit other stars, suns, and systems, they associate with friends who are there, some from the angelic kingdom, ascended masters, and cosmic beings. This also enables such travelers to visit and participate in the activities of the ascended master retreats on Earth, which are active during this time, ministering to the unascended evolutions of our planet. These experiences are the gift of the cosmic Christ to these intelligences who serve. Each year, some being is appointed and given the opportunity to go from sun to sun and to open those highways with the cosmic wand of authority. Today, because of the magnetic pole of your love for us, your invitation to us to come to you here, and the tenacity of your natures, proven through the years of service, which tenacity is one of my qualities and part of my nature, I have been given the opportunity of opening these highways this year as messenger of the King. Even now, as I stand before you, come the elect from every system, not all coming to earth, no, but to visit and enjoy the sacred week of harvest here and the holy days. Along that pathway come also those great ones who will enter the sacred halls of Shambhala and pay homage to Sanat Kumara, blessed be his precious name, and to the spiritual hierarchy who serve with him, thanking them particularly for the tremendous accomplishments of this year. Over that highway will come cosmic envoys from other systems who will bring greater assistance for 1955. This could not have been offered were it not for the tremendous manifest works brought about by the willing cooperation of unascended life streams and God-free beings. Through the endeavors of presently incarnated Sheelas, life streams have been released from the compound who have been bound there for millions of years. Not lightly does the cohesive power of love draw the attention of cosmic beings engaged in service of such great import and extent. that your sweet minds could not possibly comprehend them at this time. Not lightly was the consciousness of victory drawn to the earth by our beloved Saint Germain in his desire to give assistance to mankind. Not lightly do the archangels break the silence of the ages and enable you to give on the written page, as your gift to your fellow man, their words and some description of their activities. Not lightly come the Elohim from the heart of celestial heaven into the atmosphere of earth, explaining to finite minds the orderly procession of precipitation in creation. Yes, we do love this earth more than anyone else, except perhaps the beloved Helios and Vesta, the 7 archangels and the silent watcher, who holds within her bosom, even today, the divine plan and immaculate concept for our dear earth. You see, the earth was created by our very life, builded from our energies and vital force. For millions of years, our energy was woven into her rivers and mountains, her great seas and vast plains. After so many millions of years spent in loving and sustaining this planet, we would not like to see dissolve the handiwork of our love just because of the ignorance and shadow creations of her evolutions, any more than you would like to see dissolved that to which you had given so much of yourself. So in part, it is a natural activity for the Elohim to come to earth again, to those who want to transmute the shadows and free this planet, returning her to the perfection she once knew, in the heat and bosom of the silent watcher, even before time was.
It's so interesting. And I just have to share a story with you here because it just brought it up thinking about this. But one time we were in the sanctuary with Norman was there. And, as you know, Norman was a beloved messenger, not like Geraldine where it was screeds, but just short things. And actually we had Lord Hilarion came through and said that the great divine director had gone to the constellation of Sirius and called their the head of their piece, who was maybe like we've got Tranquility and Pacifica, but his name was Darius, and that the great divine director could be very persuasive when he needed to be. And so we just thought that was so amazing. And he called Darius from Sirius to actually come here with his legions of his peace angels to help our beloved planet at this critical time. So it was just so interesting. And so I thought I'd just share that with you. And so now we're going to say our decree for the brothers and sisters that are caught in the psychic and astral realms and assist Saint Germain in the Violet Flame Temple. So we say together, beloved presence of God, I am in me, and beloved immortal threefold flame of eternal truth within my heart, and beloved Saint Germain, while my body sleeps this night, let all the constructive energy of my entire life stream be used to render whatever service is needed in the Violet Flame temples established in the psychic and astral realms to draw the full gathered cosmic momentum of the violet purifying flame of divine love and compassion through every discarnate life stream there. Let all the souls who dwell in those realms be taken immediately into those purifying temples of mercy and compassion, and there have the accumulated, destructively qualified energies of their life streams purified and transmuted, so they carry in their life streams no miscreations that would add to their own or the world's distress. We decree it, and so be it. Beloved I am, and we accept this done here and now with full cosmic power, and we thank you. And now we've got, this is from Beloved Omar, it's from the Law of Life and Teachings by Divine Beings from Eddie K. Look. And he says, in the heart of the great Himalaya mountains, which lie like a cosmic crown on the brow of the world, there is set a cosmic lotus in the personage of the great Lord Himalaya, guardian of the wisdom of Lemurian, Atlantean, and Eastern cultures, teacher of Lord Gautama, Lord Maitreya, and beloved Kuthumi. He will bless the pilgrims and visitors with the cosmic flame of his peace, wisdom, balance, and love, and will give the benediction of his centuries of momentum, of God direction to those consciousnesses which open themselves to his instruction and counsel. This great being has drawn through his own light body and sustained the cosmic ray, which anchors the farther activity of the universal first cause upon the planet Earth, even as his great brother, the Lord Meru, in South America, sustains the cosmic ray, which anchors the mother activity of God upon the planet. We know that's where the masculine and the feminine rays enter in the Himalayan mountains and the Andes mountains. So these two cosmic rays form the spiritual matrix directed by the Elohim from the heart of the silent watcher, around which the substance and energy was drawn to create the physical planet itself. The cosmic ray guarded by Lord Himalaya has been the predominant spiritual activity governing the progress of evolution of the race up to the year 1953, at which time the cosmic Lord directed the pressure of energy through the feminine ray guarded by the Lord Meru. Thus was transferred the magnetic pull from the east to the west. This will result in the attraction of the spiritually inclined egos toward Western embodiment and the gradual infusion of the spiritual interest and nature of the East into the Western consciousness and culture. And they tell us in the book that there's definitely a lot of a crossover. Many of the ones in the East are embodying in the West and the West in the East. Because they say it's so important now that they have the devotion of the Eastern culture with the action and the energy of the Western culture to fulfill the divine plan now. So it's just so interesting. And so interesting, they also say that there'll be a lot of spiritual seekers heading to the, South America now, whereas before it was much more into the Himalayas. That's very interesting. Okay, this is absolutely lovely. This is Judy sent this and we managed to download it. It's just short, but just so lovely. These animals, really heart-opening.
Oh, Goosey, come on. Let me help her. Okay? I'll get it. All right?
Oh, just so lovely. I just loved all those ones. So thank you to Judy for sending that through. And now we have the opportunity to call for the animal, insect, and reptile kingdom. So we say together, beloved, I am presence and that of all mankind. Charge your mighty light of mercy and compassion to flow through us all and bring comfort and freedom to the animal, insect, and reptile kingdoms. May each human being remember and accept their responsibility as guardians and protectors of this planet's pure and innocent life until all is set free and their divine plans fulfilled. We so decree it and so be it. In God's most holy name, I am. We accept it done and we thank you. Thank you. And now this is from Mighty Beloved Alpha. And as we know, he's head of the hierarchy of the Centaur system with beloved goddess Omega. So he's the head of the hierarchy of our great central sun. And he says, hear ye me, children of earth. I am Alpha. I am Omega. I am masculine. I am feminine. I am the divine principle of life. I am the Father, Mother, God. I am the eternal now. I am beginning without end. I am light expanding throughout the universe. I am in thee, thou art in me. Beloved children, I speak seldom. I use the tongue and tongues of which you know not in this embodiment. And you shall find today that I have come to bring a cosmic edict, that which I shall shortly pronounce. but my service all during this week will be one of cosmic radiation. I invoke you, I counsel you, each one, to come into my heart. All that is required is that you bend the knee to the Christ within. There is no separation in cosmic consciousness. There is one life, one heartbeat for the entire universe. The great reservoir of life is filled to overflowing with the great love of all the components of the first cause, I am. My children, I am that I am. Learn you, each one, to make that statement and feel it, and come and dwell with me while yet walking upon this earth. Abide within my consciousness for all eternity. I speak the Father principle this day. Let there be light is a cosmic edict, and light I am. I have come through the intercession of the mighty Helios and Vesta, from whose heart came forth the planet Earth, and behalf of their child, this blessed star. They came to my throne with many celestial beings and asked for assistance, and after receiving acquiescence from the great karmic board, mind you, listen to this, our beloved Holy Aeolus stood sponsor for each of you. Blessed be that holy being. As the breath flows through beloved Holy Aeolus, it is filled with love, love indescribable. And his love for his chelas is so great that shortly I shall ask him to use the worded expression, and I shall render the particular service which I have come to give. Every particle of life is filled with love, awaiting expression. Every kingdom, the animal kingdom, the kingdom of nature, every part of life, the birds of the air, and you, my children, who have the higher consciousness and the light, the tonal quality of the beautiful birds of the winged kingdom, as they raise their hearts and voices in song with praise unto the Father. May there always be a song in your heart. There is in the kingdom of heaven, and you have the opportunity to now enter the kingdom of heaven. I recognize not tomorrow or yesterday or today, as you say on this earth. Now, the eternal now is the important thing for you to remember. There is only the now. It is my privilege to tell you that I have come to bring peace, peace on earth. The cosmic fiat of the Father, Mother, God is peace, not tomorrow, but now. I have spoken, and it shall be now. I say there shall be peace when mankind goes within and is at peace with God. If the cheetahs will recognize that peace within, everywhere they move, they will radiate and release it to all life through the harmony of their beings. Oh, it was just so marvelous. I really felt that was just such a wonderful lovely thing from beloved Mighty Alpha. Right, this is short, and this is just lovely, the power of love and music. So this guy, I'm sure you've seen him before. He's on social media. He sings to the animals. They just love it. So he went into this actual enclosure, which people are not allowed to go into, obviously, and singing to the alligators. Well, they just loved it. You'll see.
And I feel so damn lost, and it comes with a cost. And if the earth ends up coming down to its knees, and baby, we just gotta get out, we just gotta get out. And if the skyscrapers tumble down and crash around, and baby, we just gotta get out, we just gotta get out. So now we pet them?
So now we fed them, he says, with the music. Just lovely. They just loved it. You can see it's just absolutely marvelous. So I thought that would be good because I had to find something short for the song. And now, John, thank you so much, beloved John. You'll take us through our decrees. Bless you. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody, and thank you and welcome. And thank you, beloved Anthea, again, bringing us these wonderful treasure troves of inspiring messages and teachings. Beloved mighty and presence, we call to you to take command of us all and to produce your mighty perfection through our decrees. Beloved Ascended Masters, we give you full permission on behalf of ourselves and for all mankind to do whatever is necessary to fulfill the divine plan in this lower realm. And we call for you to charge your mighty power and give whatever energy may be lacking from our side into all our decrees so they can manifest here and now, all according to thy will. We call to you, beloved Archangel Michael, to send cosmic rays and mighty angels of protection, to protect all who have joined the Zoom class, and for all the energy released to be purified, protected, perfected, amplified, and used only to serve the pure divine cosmic light. And so be it. Beloved I am, we thank you. We say together, mighty I am presence, great host of ascended masters, archangels and Elohim, cosmic beings and great cosmic light, come forth now in all your cosmic power. Withdraw and withhold all power from destructive forces and individuals with destructive intent throughout the world right now and forever, whether it is conscious or unconscious. Expose, seize, bind, and render helpless all these sinister forces and their activities until the light has removed them completely, and illumine the source so this may never act again, and raise up to positions of power the divinely chosen leaders. Replace all with ascended master consciousness and the divine plan fulfilled. We thank you. Our tube of light protection. Beloved mighty I am presence, beloved Archangel Michael, and beloved Commander Conrad, continually intensify your protective pillar of pure light substance and Archangel Michael's armor of light through and around me, charged with your invincible protection, all-powerful and impenetrable. I am invisible. I am invincible. I am invulnerable to anything but thy almighty perfection. And I am grateful we are given whatever added protection is needed. What we ask for ourselves, we ask for our loved ones, and that which is constructive in all mankind and the world. Thank you. We just visualize our tube of light from our beloved mighty and presence, coming down from above, covering our four lower bodies with that thick wall at the edges, stronger than any steel. See that brilliant blue and crystal light, that light that instantly deflects anything that is not of the light. Build your wall of light. See Archangel Michael's armor of light around us, forming that impenetrable pillar of protection around ourselves, this group, our families, friends, and around every constructive person across the face of the earth, every beloved one standing up for that truth, that justice, and that freedom. May God bless, direct, perfect, and protect each and every one. Thank you. I am the law of forgiveness for myself and all mankind, for all mistakes, misqualified energy, human consciousness, and for straying from the light. O beloved mighty I am presence, through you we call to our beloved Lady Master Kuan Yin to assist us and all mankind, to feel your feelings of ascended Master mercy, forgiveness, and compassion. We bless and thank you for your ongoing gift of light and life. We ask deeply and sincerely to be forgiven and to forgive any and all parts of life that we have not blessed through our thoughts and feelings, that we may have hurt or harmed, or that has hurt or harmed us right back to the very beginning. All misuse of life's pure energy for which our outer selves are responsible, and all appearance of mistakes which has found action in our world. And we feel deeply in our hearts that great, great gratitude for this benevolent gift of the law of forgiveness, this great spiritual eraser which is truly such a blessing to all mankind. Beloved mighty and presence, and that of all mankind, forgive, forgive, forgive each and every one of us. Thank you. We call to the great central sun, now beloved mighty and presence, to charge your secret power into these decrees. We call for beloved Saint Germain to anchor mighty cosmic concentrations of violet fire in America, in Africa, Europe, China, India, the Middle East, the Far East, Russia, Australia, wherever else it is needed in our beloved world here and now. We thank you. We say our violet fire decree together. Mighty I am presence, beloved Saint Germain, and those that minister to the violet flame, come forth now and blaze your cosmic violet fire, and cause a mighty victory for all world to see. I am the law of forgiveness in cosmic action now. I am the victory of the sacred fire in all its cosmic power. Mighty angels descend with your purple ones of fire and strike them into the center of every place where there has been a history of sinister force activity. Transmute and consume it all, cause, core, record, effect, and memory, and set it all free from that which was never meant to be. Replace it all with ascended master consciousness, the divine plan fulfilled, and light from the secret love star. We thank you. Our decree for the beloved elementals. I am the light of God that never fails, purifying, loving, thanking, and blessing the great directors of the elemental kingdom and every beloved earth, water, air, and fire elemental for your ceaseless service to me and to all mankind. I am the mighty cosmic light, awakening all mankind to the great intelligence of this kingdom, and remove from elemental life today the necessity for longer obeying the destructive impulses of mankind. And so be it, beloved I am, we thank you. In the name of my mighty I am presence, great cosmic beings and great cosmic light, I decree, I am the presence charging the minds and feelings of everybody in America and the world with Saint Germain's ascended master consciousness and perfection, right now and forever. I am the presence, blessing, illumining, perfecting, and setting all free in service to the light. Our decree for the purification of our beloved earth. In the name of my mighty I am presence, and by the power of the great host ascended beings, we demand a cosmic living sword of blazing flame continually strike into all human miscreations back to the very beginning, causing all negative energies and entities in the psychic and astral realms and in the consciousness of all mankind to cease to exist forever. The cause, core, effect, record, and memory, freeing all human and elemental life from that which was never meant to be, and ensuring the psychic and astral realm is no more. Replace it all with the immaculate concept for all life, ascended master consciousness, and light substance from the secret love star. That thy will be done, and so be it, and so it is. Beloved I am, we thank you. Our decree for divine justice. I am the most intensified cosmic action of the flame of divine justice blazing throughout the world. I am the law. I am the justice. I am the judge. I am the jury. Knowing that I am all powerful, then I know that only divine justice can be done everywhere, here, now, and forever. Beloved Lady Portia, ensure divine justice prevails throughout the world, everywhere. And so it, and so it is, and it is done, beloved I am. We thank you. And now, before we say our final decree, by the blessed love, power, and authority of our beloved mighty and presence, we call to you, mighty beloved victory, to fill us with your full feeling of victorious accomplishment, that cosmic feeling of ascended master victory. We claim, beloved mighty victory's victory now manifest in our world and experience. We say together, I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the victory of the cosmic light. I am the cosmic flame of victory, which reigns supreme everywhere. We accept these calls answered as they are made, according to thy will, with full cosmic power, maintained and trebled each instant of each hour by the power of the cosmic 3x3, until fully manifest. And so be it, and so it is, and it is done. Beloved I am, we thank you. And as we end, let us place our focus on that beloved love star that radiates within our auras, placed there by our beloved Sanat Kumara as a gift to all mankind, assisting us in holding that frequency of unconditional divine love, a true cosmic blessing. We love and thank you, beloved mighty love star. We ask that you expand your mighty supreme light through our four lower bodies and to saturate all whom we pass by on our earthly journeys with that unconditional love. To that mighty secret love star shining from the heavens for this 2,000-year period, we bless and thank you and all the mighty cosmic beings from the great central sun, holding this focus. Expand your supreme light through our individual love stars and around all life evolving on our sweet earth, with that light which we know can never be requalified by human thoughts or feelings. We bless and thank you. We deeply thank and release all the beloved great ones invoked and whom constantly answer our calls. Thank you, blessed Jesus. May each and every one of you be truly, richly, and abundantly blessed by our beloved mighty I Am Presence and our Holy Christ selves. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to each one of you.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, beloved John. And then Morel, did you have a screen? Can you read the closing invocation for us?
Yes, I have a screen, Anthea, and thank you very much for asking me.
Oh, thank you.
Beloved I Am Presence and beloved Master Kuthumi, nourish the seeds planted in my consciousness so that the ideas entrusted to me become manifest flowers of perfect expression in my world and the world of all my fellow men. Beloved Presence of God I Am, pour the light of thy great glory upon my consciousness and nourish the seeds planted by the Masters. Thank you. We thank you.
Lovely. Thank you so much. And then just let's have a moment truly of deep gratitude. We are so blessed to have these marvelous teachings that just get together every week, and the great ascended masters for what they've given us and our own beloved mighty I Presence and our beautiful, wonderful world. So just thank you. Just a moment. Thank you, everybody, for coming. I'm going to stop the recording.